Welcome back to Shadowgate. So we've acquired the Golden Thorn and the Bladed Sun, and we visited most of the rooms of the castle. I think our most promising lead right now is to go back to the library and solve that puzzle. Earlier you heard me being skeptical, like whether or not we were ready to solve that puzzle, but I've been thinking about it. I think we could solve that puzzle as soon as we got the clue. I also have an idea about turning on the power, and I have one quick idea about our equipment. I noticed we never tried using open on our equipment. Like, can we search for pockets? Find any pockets? No. These wouldn't have pockets, would they? Can we open our gauntlet? Is there a rabbit inside of our hat? Great minds think alike, I guess. Okay. That idea I had filed under possible goose chase in my text file. Wasn't really confident that would do anything. So let's go to the library. Yeah, so before I was thinking that we didn't have the right book, or that maybe we did and it didn't work because we couldn't unlock it. I think we tried putting this book in there. What happens? This is the Ularu book. It's locked, but can we use it anyway? Yes, we forgot to try this book. Okay, so take that out. Take it. What? Oh. Alright, so we'll use it to click it in place. So I have written down we need to write down the names of the authors. So I wrote down some positions. So the first book after the thin space is number 1. Or that's the first. It's not number 1, it's number A. So that's Abner. Second thin blue book has a rune. That is Danswith. Row 2, after the space, is Heradic Surf. And the fourth after the space, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dritzlin. The third big brown book in the middle. Third. Lilith. And the big red book before the taupe book. So I wasn't sure what first I was going to call this a green book. What color would you call it? I called it taupe. If you have a better name, you can leave it in the comments. That is Elder Anham. And our clue was follow the path. So we have... Okay, so number 1 is... So Drillets, Surf, Danswith. Drillets 1, Surf 2, Danswith 3. Anham 4, Lilith 5. 5. Abner 6. And lastly, Ularu provides a key. This name reminds me of, what's that Magic the Gathering name? Urza? Uzara? Something like that. So that would be 7. That's easy enough to remember. Okay, so first book is fourth after the space. Would we open it? I think was the... Yeah, okay. So then, after the space... Okay. Now we need Danswith, second row, second thin book. Now we need Anham, big red book before the taupe book. Lilith, third big brown book. And the Abner, book after the thin space. And finally, Ularu. Presto! The rumble follows. I think this is what's going to lead us to powering up the machine, which means it'll lead us to the banshee. So we spent all this time sweating the banshee, when we could have solved this. Like the clue for this thing was at the battlements. That was like open from the start. Okay. Any description? Ah, yes. If you would hazard a guess, you believe this hidden room must have been a wizard's private study. I feel like every room in this castle is a wizard's private study. Several fire pits set within the floor. I also have a rune here. Is this needed for something, or can we just take it right now? It's log. Number of symbols. Everything has symbols in this castle. So these are petrified, these have symbols. Ah, mirror, mirror. Mirror, mirror on the table. Carvings of flying dragons. Polished silver and metal. Is it still stormy? Got a globe. Craftsman's uncanny. So this, I figured out this puzzle, but because I couldn't visit the Jinn, I think his name was Youngtae, I couldn't make use of this. So wait, so raised outlines of land. Craftsman, can we rub our hands along it? Can you open it? No, can we touch it? Definitely can't take it. Uh-oh. Okay, so we could... we better make use of our time here. I think this is useful for the Jinn. We need to get the Banshee. And I was hoping there'd be a contraption here that would activate the power. You can do something with these logs, but I don't think that's going to help us right now. There's not a... I don't see any drawers. Okay, I'm going to put this on the back burner for a second, because the next most promising lead I had about power was, the power skulls. This skull we removed because we need to get past the force fields. You don't need to do that on Journeyman. So I can only assume that I had both skulls in place the whole time during Journeyman. So maybe you need 2 skulls for the power to reach the castle. Okay. Let's assume that's the case. How did we get back here? Because that force field blocks the way. Dang. So maybe let's just take this right now. The thing about the runes is that I remember the puzzle, and it definitely requires something we haven't obtained yet. So even if we went around getting all the runes, we wouldn't be able to use them until we got another item. The only thing I can think of is try to get that door in the sewer, the hatch. I'm actually sort of surprised that we're running out of time for the Banshee Curse. And like on this save file, we haven't wasted much time at all. Well, I guess we tried a few things, but like I wasn't expecting that to like most of the time we wasted was like getting the Bladed Sun, which you have to do, but I figured you could do that now before the Banshee without it costing your life. Okay. So let's go back to the start. Should be the furnace. No, this is the gate. This should be the furnace. This is stupid Hall of Mirrors. I feel like this rock... I feel like this rock is blocking my way. Come on, man. Careful my style here. These things, the quartz, I don't remember anything being important. Are there like exits that... Didn't think so. We do have this path back into the castle, but unless you're going to this specific tower, the right tower, I feel like it's the same distance to reach the main hall. This thing's not... Is this like a late game mirror? I forget. I'm pushing. There's no, like, any of these rocks new? Do a spell, like, reveals hidden passages? This. Earthquake! No. Is there any way to teleport back to the entrance? Another weird idea I had is that maybe some skulls in Journeyman turn into special skulls in Master. Like, some of them become power skulls. There was a skull we left alone in the dragon's nest. Okay, let's put the skull back. If we can't get back to the Hall of Mirrors, then let's try doing something in the grotto. There is other leads, though, we have in the main castle. I want to check out that obelisk again, and I think there's something we can do with Duggan, and we can go into the catacombs. Get the torch. How many torches do I have? 5. Okay, so get the skull. Removing the second skull doesn't seem to do anything. And you can't put skulls in different spots. We've tried that. This lever... I was thinking that maybe the clue is... There's not any extra clues we missed here, is there? I was thinking that maybe the clue for the lever is, like... Like, what reactions you get for failed combinations. Like, does the text that it gives you, like, the gears spin but do nothing... Does that, like, tell if you're, like, hot or cold, getting close to the combination? I don't think that's the case, though. Manage to raise your shield. Not sure what I haven't tried here. Why are there fireplaces here? Doesn't make any sense. Maybe they're eating bones. Would the game want to give you a source of fire? No, you always have fire with you. Maybe you need to put out the fires. I know you can do that, but I don't think it accomplishes anything. So if you make it dark and let your torch run out, then you could climb up this. Since we haven't done this yet, let's get going up here. No. Scramble the rocks, a gallon of fires appears at levels of bow and you. Fortunately, it misses the rock. Good. Unfortunately, the arrow ricochets and embeds itself into your left eye. Bad. Okay, so I don't think going back to the force field is going to do anything. Like, we can't just push through the force through or anything. This, definitely need an item for that. We might as well get the rune. Get the Triforce. Again, it's not going to go after us now, is he? There's nothing left in these spaces. No. So this stupid sewers. Wait, Epor. Wait, is this a clue that's now relevant for Master? What if we get our grappling hook? Blocking. Blocked by some heavy object. I'm trying, Yorick. Ah, man. Any of our new items do something for a heavy object? A mirror. Bladed sun. We tried the hammer, right? Pretty sure we did that. We need a bucket for... This is bowl. Don't know what that's for. Try the hammer once more. Man, right. We definitely tried this early on. Let's try the earthquake spell. Do you have like a spell that makes us pass through walls? No. It's possible this skull is not the power source. There was stuff in the... Oh, you know what? The gin room had a power thing in the ceiling. As the library. Could try doing something with this guy. Let's not waste the time. I think this is... I'm waiting for something new to master before trying that. I just have to remove the skull. Unless there's a spell that'll let us get it through the force field, but I kind of doubt it. Alright, let's go back to the... No? Back to the gin. What are the odds on me dying before I get back to the gin? Like 50-50. Oh, no, I'm good. I think I'm not gonna make it though. Come on, push through. You're so close. That should like summon a bit more strength, right? Come on. Help me, Lakir. There we go. Yep. Not unlike the image in your dreams, the entrance to the inner... Oh, this is the... Nope. Thought we had the banshee dream. Okay, I'll run back to where we were. Okay, we're back in the library. I took the opportunity to refresh my memory on the clues in the bookshelf. Okay. So let's try... this is a globe with a raised outline on it. Let's try our carbon paper. This one? Textured paper leaves an imprint wherever you touch it. What about an imprint of the globe? Place the parchment over the top of the globe. The outlines of the continents from the globe appear to peer through the paper and burn an imprint onto its surface. So now we have a map. But everything seems backwards on it. So let's take that and put it on the blank paper. How would we... Can we put it inside the book of blank pages? The Jin's gonna be unhappy if you give him a backwards map, right? What if we put the other paper on top of this one first? The order doesn't matter. It burned onto the paper. Can you heat up the parchment? Nope. Okay, let's try a couple other things. So what if we put the papers together, the parchments together before? We can't put them together. No other commands that would stick them together, would there? Do we need like glue? That seems like... Okay, so what if there's this mirror here, polished, highly polished. What if you take the mirror? I assume this mirror is exactly the same as the first mirror. Are we still smiling? Yeah. What if you use the mirror on the parchment? No. I don't see why they do anything, but a mirror would reverse the images. I mean, if we could get the inside of the globe... No, then it'd still be reversed. But, you know, up would be down. Or high would be low. What if we do the mirror now? If this doesn't work, we'll just bring it as is to the... No. We don't have a spell that flips things around, do we? No. So we'll just bring this to the Jinn. Before we go, though, let's take one of these. Wait. What is in here? It's all... Alright, let's put some... Oops. Let's... We can't, like, just toss it in? What if we use it? Use a log on the... Okay. An unlit fire pit, huh? So, toss it in. Ooh. There we go. Crackle and a pop. The fire elemental appears in the room, playfully flitting about the enchanted fire. Okay, so let's get rid of our lightning elemental. Where is it? Go free now! So it literally stands on its end. Do you have a second description? Hot, vapor, gas, and fire. What happens when we try to touch it? Not knowing what you say, you simply introduce yourself. I already did that bit. You respond with a bit of a dance and singes your eyebrows. There goes my second eyebrow. Okay, let's use the silver orb. There's a brief struggle. Artifact pulls empty inside. The surface of the orb now radiates an intense heat. An uncomfortable heat. What if we talk to it now? You make a cooing sound. The accumulated inside heats up. The surface still a pain. Ouch. I don't think I did anything last time. Okay. So that... The fire elemental would be a source of what? Besides heat? Light. So I was remembering the lightning elemental for the darkness room, but I'm now like 99% sure it was the fire elemental. Let me just quickly... So when I was rechecking the books, I noticed this possibly thin book here, slanted. We did not read it. Alright, so let's quickly... It talks about the initiation performed in the Great Circle. And the key bit of lore is that Fandral oversaw the conjuration. So Fandral initiated Lakmir. And there's also a gameplay clue. The spell came the mark that would bequeath authority and dominion over all the Circle's great artifacts and workings. So maybe the mark is related to the initiation. And then the clue that you can now do things that you couldn't before. Although I think there weren't any like magical items that we failed to use before the initiation, so... Okay. What is... I do have some more thoughts about this power and the power skull, but let's do the Jinn first. Perhaps powering something in the castle, powering the Jinn's air conditioning, maybe? So maybe something sucking the power out. Alright, so the Jinn would be here. We still have that goblin cafeteria as well. And I have some new ideas for King Duggan. So the evil tower has Jinn and the darkness. That's good. Okay, let's do the Jinn first. Because he might be kind of unhappy with our really shitty map here. There's the welcoming, yes. Feel the Jinn's naked hatred when we step into the treasure-lined room. After a moment, the creature gathers itself and smiles. Difficult for ye. Do not give up on me now. Nope. Here you go. The map. With a knowing nod, the Jinn grins. Well played indeed. Did you just give me torches? You are here worthy of the name. The creature gestures while creating a series of intricate movements, which in turn manifest into 2 torches. Flying back, this will help light your path. Journeyman Scholar achievement. Huh. I think it's misnamed there, but the Master Scholar achievement. Maybe there's another level? Well, anyway. Was it just regular torches? Looks like it. Come on, give me something better than that, man. Is he happy now? No. Clear your throat. Another riddle. Indeed, so be it. This next riddle shall task your patience, but the reward is great. Sounds good. I am the beginning of sadness, and at the end of days. You cannot express happiness without me. Yet I am in the midst of depression, and I am always in distress, yet never in trouble. You may find me in the sun, but I am never out of the shadows. Bring me the answer. Let's fix this first. I don't trust you. Beginning of sadness, and at the end of days. It's like a sunset. Sunset could be a sad moment, maybe. Oh, sad. You know, sunset is like a, you know, it's a metaphor for things ending, right? End of days. You cannot express happiness without me. So sadness, just the general concept. Yet I am in the midst of depression. Oh, you cannot express so something. Something that you cannot, something related to both sadness and happiness. I'm always in distress. Just never in trouble. So what other meanings does distress have? Find me in the sun, but I'm never out of the shadows. The sun contains gases, but I don't think that's the answer. Light. But why would light have to do with happiness and depression? Always in distress, yet never in trouble. Let's look at our items here. Wait a second, what is this code again? Find me in the sun, but I'm never out of the shadows. I'm always in distress, yet never in trouble. Cannot express happiness without me. Cannot express happiness without me. Now wait a minute. You may find me in the sun. It doesn't have to be like literally inside the sun. What about like a flower, you know, bathing in the sun? So something could be outside and still be in the sun, but I'm never out of the shadows. So like something that's always in shadow, like the moss or a fungus. Distress, yet never in trouble. Can I express happiness without me? Like a flower, you give someone a flower for happiness. I don't think we're going to solve this riddle at this moment. No. What happens if we try to explore try to go up the stairs here? The Jin speaks a single word at once. This rings the spin. Transport from the room. Ooh. So this does teleport us back to the entrance, but we need a way to teleport in the other direction, so let's get that. Imagine if we start taking his stuff, he'll be pretty unhappy. Okay, we have lots of new leads here. So I'll think of which lead is the best, then we'll do that in the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care, stay safe, and bye for now.